Hey everyone, it's MK. Welcome back to MK Quilts University. So today I'm in studio, I'm in front of my Moxie, and I am here to present to you the first installment of what I'm calling Make It on the Long Arm with MK. Now, I am originally recording this content right before a Moxie Monday. So if you're joining me for Moxie Monday, you're the first ones to see this. If you're catching it on replay, welcome. And I just want to give you a little preview of what we're going to be doing today on the Moxie. Now, just a little side note, we're going to be doing it on the Moxie, but anybody watching this with a long arm, whether your long arm is computerized or not, can do this project. All right, so this is what we're going to be making, a very sweet baby-sized quilt. And if you look a little bit closer, what you'll see on here are 2.5-inch squares that have loosely been tacked down to create the pattern and then just bound with a scrappy binding, and voila, you have an easy project for yourself or for gift giving. And I did this whole entire thing on the long arm. So let's take a look at what supplies you're going to need, and I'll talk you through what I have loaded today on my Moxie. So the first thing is I made this project about 2.5 years ago, and so I had to dig it out, remeasure it, kind of think about how I did it at that time, and now here I am recording it for you. So the first thing is what I have loaded is just Quilt Shop quality fabric, 45-inch fabric. I have 1.25 yards for the backing. I have 1 1/8 yards for the top. I have some Quilter's Dream batting on the inside. And what we're going to be using today for class are 3 mini charm packs. Now, you can use whatever fabric you want. If you have scraps and you want to cut them up, go right ahead. These are 2.5-inch squares, obviously. And the thing that's kind of fun about the mini charms is they have those pinked edges. So those just turn out really fun when this project is done. I have a manual clamp for my loft machine. I have a couple of marking tools, and I have a water-soluble glue stick. Now, I also have on my Moxie today Pro Stitcher Lite. But again, as I mentioned, don't worry if you don't have a computerized system. I am going to build in instruction for doing it a manual way or using your Pro Stitcher Lite. Or if you're watching this and you have Pro Stitcher Premium, then you're just going to adapt it for Pro Stitcher Premium, okay? All right, so when I got my project back out, basically what we're going to do is lay out these 2.5-inch squares in rows and columns. And based on the size of fabric that I did when I originally made this, we are going to do 11 squares across by 11 squares down. They're going to be about 1 inch apart. So if we kind of do the math on that, what we end up with on my finished project was about 38 by 38 inch finished. The inside where the squares end up, that ends up to be about 35 by 35. Now, if you think about it, we're just using squares and we're just using fabric. So you could really adapt this to be any size that you wanted. You could even adapt it to use full-size charm squares. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey everyone, it's MK. So I know that you just heard the introduction to this course, and now I have jumped to the end, and here I am with the finished product. And I am doing this as a promotional video to invite you to come over and watch the rest of the course over on MK Quilts University. This course is an offering of all of our bundles over on MK Quilts University. It's included in the free motion tier, it's included in the premium tier, and it's included in the computerized quilting tier. This was a really, really fun project. I took a lot of time to explain a lot of different options for this quilt, and the invitation is for anyone who has a long arm. I showed you manual methods for those of you who do not have computerized machines, and I showed plenty of methods for those of you who are handy quilter machine owners or any other long arm that has Pro Stitcher attached. So, of course, all of the links are in the description of this video, and please come and join me on MK Quilts University and learn how to make this cute as can be little mini charm baby quilt entirely on your long arm.